Okay, so also out this week, Arcadian, which is a post-apocalyptic creature feature with Nick Cage from director Ben Brewer, who was the lead VFX artist on Everything Everywhere All at Once and gets a VFX credit here, and who worked with Nick Cage on The Trust. It's written by Mike Nylon, who has produced a string of Nick Cage films, including The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent, if you remember, which was very self-referential. Anyway, so set sometime after an unspecified world event has ravaged the globe, turned it into a wasteland where monsters maraud at night. At one point, in fact, two characters play a game called Crappy Apocalypse, in which within 10 seconds, they have to say what they think happened. And one of them says, well, there was a virus in bugs. Another one says there was a purple cloud descended. No one's quite sure. Here's what Nick thinks.
There are those who believe they came after the pollution people caused. And they're here to cleanse the planet of the virus of the human race. So we'll all become extinct. Well, I believe the Earth is past the worst. I think the air and the water are getting cleaner. And I think there are more people than we know about. And some of those people, might as well just call them heroes, will come over the hills and save us. That's what I believe.
So Nick Cage in uncharacteristically low-key form. So he is Paul. He lives in a remote house with his sons, Joseph and Thomas. And every night they board up the house because the unseen monsters come at night. By day, they do chores, although Thomas has started traveling to a neighboring farm where he's met and fallen for Charlotte. So the setup of the thing owes a debt to It Comes at Night, because, which is the Trey Edward Schultz film, in which it's a post-apocalyptic drama, paranoia, about other families, other people. No one is entirely sure what the thing is that comes at night, so they all sort of start to turn on each other. As far as this is concerned, this is at its best when you don't know what the threat is, when it's things scratching at the door, when it's actually very much like that kind of key scene in The Haunting. Or there's one scene in which a long, spindly limb of something, you're not quite sure what it is, pokes in through the window and sort of worms its way through the living room. And you've got absolutely no idea what you're seeing. When the monsters appear, okay, there's always been this debate since things like Pumpkinhead. Do you show the monster? If you don't show the monster, do you let people's imagination fill it in? But if you do that, are you shortchanging them? I mean, when you do see the monsters, there is stuff which is impressive about them. They got this kind of frenzied biting movement, which is quite creepy, and this weird circular motion thing that they do. But in the end, they are definitely at their best when they're in our imagination. I mean, this kind of refers back to what we were saying before about Freud saying it's not what people tell me, it's what they don't tell me. I don't know whether the film would have worked if you never see them, but I kind of wanted not to. The other thing is that although it's a Nick Cage film, he sort of gets injured at one point, and then he's sidelined for quite a lot of the drama. So in the end, it's not really a Nick Cage film, and he is downplaying it. It's a strange film. It has some memorable moments, and it has atmosphere. I think it is best before it shows its hand, or indeed its teeth. But I did enjoy it, and I did spend, like, even when the stuff was on screen and I was thinking, I kind of wish that was off screen, there was part of me that's thinking, yeah, but it's a creature feature. You can't completely shortchange the audience. But, so anyway, it's good fun, and it's the least Nick Cagey performance in a very long time.
Explain the title, or have I just lost something?
Yeah, it's just, it's Arcadian, because it's Arcadia is, well, what does Arcadia mean? Arcadia means is that the period after something? Is that the period after the fall? You know what? It hadn't even occurred to me to question it.
Okay.